A new book is claiming British Secret Service agents plan to feminise Hitler to control his aggression. Recently declassified documents apparently reveal that special operations executive agents, like these, were preparing to lace the German leader's meals with estrogen. Unlike poison, the hormones would be undetectable by Hitler's food tasters. The author, Professor Brian Ford, says the plans were seriously considered by government committees set up during the Second World War. Well, joining me now from Cardiff is Professor Ford. How were they going to get it to him?
Well, we had agents who were quite opposed to Hitler and yet were quite close to him. And it was known that we had plenty of means of actually getting the suspect food delivered to Hitler's plate. But I must admit that the notion that if you turned Hitler into a woman it would do away with his aggression, I mean, the people who decided that hadn't met some of the women I've met.
Well, who came up with it?
British advisors were desperate to gain the upper hand in the war, putting estrogen, why am I saying oestrogen? Putting estrogen in Hitler's food, and water was just one of their suggestions, according to a new book by Professor Brian Ford. And I'm pleased to say that Brian joins me now. Hello there.
I like the idea. We could have converted Hitler into an ostrich. Now that would have been amusing. Ostrichen. Control yourself, lad. You can't corpse. This is live radio.
Oh, dear me. Right,
apparently suggested turning the Nazi leader from Führer to Fraulein. The book is called Secret Weapons, Technology, Science, and the Race to Win World War II. The Telegraph has more from the author, Professor Brian Ford. There was an Allied
watching World One. We want to talk about some of the stories that we're talking about here on W1. Take away his mustache and give him breasts. Yeah, that was the upshot of a bizarre British plot against Adolf Hitler. The idea was to lace the Nazi leader's food with female sex hormones to try to make him less aggressive. Scientist and author Brian Ford came across the plan in a batch of declassified documents.
Cardiff University claims spies chose estrogen.
Des hormones féminines qui auraient réduit son agressivité. Lionel Feuerstein et Stéphane Guimau sont nos correspondants en Grande-Bretagne.
Peu importe la méthode, il fallait neutraliser Hitler. Pendant la guerre, les Alliés ont échafaudé des dizaines de projets d'attentats. Mais aussi des plans d'empoisonnement plus surprenants. Selon cet historien anglais, il fallait qu'Hitler devienne moins macho, moins agressif, moins dominateur. Ils ont pensé alors à lui donner des hormones, à le faire changer de sexe, en le rendant plus féminin. Selon ses recherches...
Era para ser usada com Hitler, mas nunca foi colocada em prática. Ana Carolina Bach vai contar pra gente. Então, quais eram os planos?
Essas táticas foram reunidas num livro chamado Armas Secretas, Tecnologia, Ciência e a Corrida para Vencer a Segunda Guerra Mundial, escrito pelo renomado cientista britânico Brian Ford. Esse livro será lançado no mês que vem. E entre as táticas que mais chamam